Don Linker. This is my presentation on the effectiveness of the current attendance strategies for my action research class, Education 655. The purpose of this project was to see how the school community viewed the current attendance strategies, to see how effective they were, and to see if there was any recommendations they could come up with to make it more effective. We all know the value of education, and what an important role attendance plays in it. The action research questions, you can see, are, first of all, we wanted to talk to teachers, administrators, parents, and students, and see what they thought about the current attendance strategies. And then we wanted to see what the similarities and differences were between school personnel and families with regard to the current attendance strategies. Now, the methodology that we went through for this research project was for administrators and teachers and parents and guardians. We kind of followed the same format. We started off by creating a survey. We posted the survey on the school website, and then we kind of went a little bit different routes getting the information out. For administrators, I contacted my school principal, asked her to send out an email to other administrators, and she was very cooperative about it. She sent out an email to all administrators providing the link for them to go and take the survey. We were very successful. We had 9 administrators respond. For the teachers, we started off by sending text messages to the teachers in my building, and then from there I asked them to send messages out to other teachers throughout the county, and we managed to get 13 teachers filling out the survey. For parents and guardians, they were informed about the link for the survey when we did the home visits, and they also were notified through a tweet from the county administration. Now for students, we ran into a little bit different process. Because most of our students are between the ages of 16 and 18, we had to make sure that we followed legal matters and make sure we did everything right. So first thing, the survey was created, and we also created a parent consent form and student assent form, and then we made a home visit. At the home visit, we provided the parent with the form and a consent form so we could gain permission for their child to take the survey. We gave the assent form to the child so they could read it and sign it and make sure they were okay taking the survey. And then we provided them with an actual hard copy of the survey. From there, they were given a self-addressed stamped envelope, and they were to take the survey and mail it back to me. Out of the 11 students that took this, we visited, 6 responded. The conclusions from the action research showed us that, first of all, the school community felt there was an attendance issue at the Career Center. The attendance policy needed to be enforced equally to all students, regardless of who you are, who your parents are, or what sports you may play. Students need to be held accountable for their attendance, and we need to develop an early intervention program and incentives to help increase attendance. Some of the free response themes that we developed with the research were the fact that we need to, again, make sure everything is enforced equally, and to make sure that we're consistent with the enforcement of the attendance strategies. The accountability, students need to be held accountable, and there needs to be consequences for the students when they don't attend class. Our intervention and incentives the interventions were to educate parents regarding the importance of attendance. We need to build relationships with parents so that we can connect better with them. That way when there is a problem, we can work with the parent and the guardian to make sure we're doing what's best for the child. More personnel support in catching attendance issues. And this is the one that's stuck out more than anything on all the surveys, was the fact one student mentioned that we need to have fun activities to make learning fun. And this one really had an impact, because that tells me we need to focus our instructional strategies on making it more relevant and more important to the students. The incentives, this is a little tougher for high school because there's so many things that we're not allowed to do, but one of the things that was suggested was to take a look at possibly providing days off at the end of the school year for students that had good attendance. And another one was to exempt students from finals if they had good attendance and good grades. The recommendations from the survey participants: they equally enforce the policy, make sure that the students are held accountable, We need to make sure that there are consequences, more accurate record keeping from the teachers to make sure things are documented and kept correct. If they're tardy, make sure it's a tardy, not an absent, and vice versa. Make sure that we develop some type of an incentive program to encourage these kids to come to school. An early intervention program for our students when we do see them starting to miss school or develop a behavior or attendance problem. And we need to make sure we educate the school community on the importance of attendance. The research readings that I found and some of the things that were provided to help enforce attendance strategies were, first of all, we need to conduct an audit of the practices that are going on throughout the county. We need to find out what's working, what's not, what we need to do differently. We need to identify these needs so that we can have staff development so we can better prepare our staff and faculty to meet the attendance needs. Strengthen our current attendance monitoring system. Our call-out system right now will call you for everything, and it gets to the point where even if your child is on an excused absence for a field trip, you'll get a phone call. So we have issues with the call-out system. Working with families and students to intervene early and often. We need to really make sure we focus on the students that are having issues, and we need to work with the families so we can help them to deal with the issue at hand. Improving the learning process. We need to make it so that our students want to come to school and that they enjoy coming to class, that they find it relevant, and that they are enjoying the subject matter. We need to involve the community as much as possible. And one of the programs that I liked that I felt was a good fit for our school was the Check and Connect program. This is a 2-year program that school personnel will be assigned a student that they know from past school experience that has an attendance issue, and that school employee will make sure that they work with that child, check in on that child, and help them to, with the needs that they have so that we can get them to school more often. Develop unique incentives, and we need to have lessons on accountability. A good idea would be to bring employers in so that they can stress how important it is and for their employees to be on time and show up for work. These are my references for my research project. So I'd like to thank you for your time and looking forward to your recommendations.